After so many versions of the movie, why a new Robin Hood?
Well, the way that we started was, the question of is it time to redo this? And even though I'd been, a Robin Hood fan as a kid, and I'd seen the TV shows and I'd seen the other feature films and stuff, I hadn't been actually satisfied by any of them. So my instinctive answer was simply, yeah. So once you've said that, now you have to find out how you're going to do it. So, for me, it was a matter of reading a lot of books and getting the opinions of historians that have spent their life examining the subject. And to both Ridley and myself, we felt that there was a lot of fresh ground. Most of the Robin Hood movies didn't actually reflect the origins of the story, as you could find out about it. If you'd read, most of them seemed to owe their narrative to either Howard Pyle or Walter Scott. So, when you get to the point in any given story, if Mel Brooks has made a film about you, you're probably kind of dead in the water as far as a serious attempt from that point on, if you want to examine those same story points. So for us, it was a matter of throwing all of those things out and starting fresh, trying to find the real person who might have become Robin Hood, the right time in history where it was fertile ground for him to rise, and try to give the audience a human experience and understand him as a man.
The woman who had already seen the movie had been delayed. Why do you think that is?
It's odd, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but that's, well, let's not try and work out the mystery of women and the time that we have available. Let's just let it be what it is and enjoy it for that.
If the person that relates good is somewhat upset with you, you take it to him about it.
What, you want me to ring him up and say, Ridley, do you love me? No, I haven't done that, mate. But, I can tell you quite cleanly and easily that I love him. I think he's a great guy. And he's a wonderful leader on a film set. He's a grand visual artist. And I'm in a very privileged position that he keeps wanting to work with me. So.
You say through Twitter don't like you to interviews. Do you really expect the interviews?
I expect the same questions. What do I want from an interview? What I would really prefer is that every journalist in the world just sits in a room, we go through it once, everybody gets what they need, and I can go to the beach. That's what I prefer. But, we've developed this other way of doing things. But look, I understand what it is, and I've been doing the job for a long time, So you just got to gird yourself mentally, though, because it can be kind of very unnerving and imbalancing. If you wanted to torture somebody, put them in a room and ask them the same question series of questions every 3 minutes. It's not going to take too long before they just spill the beans and give up everything that you need to know.
Your characters are always stronger, but has a fragile part. Reflect your own personality?
No doubt. I mean, every time that you work, you're giving yourself to the gig. That's some actor's perspective on the job is the examination of yourself over time, with the excuse of it being somebody else's actions and ideas. But I think it's a little simpler than that, If I'm a member of the audience, I want to know the core humanity of any given character, and I want to see the flaws of a particular person, because people who are without flaws and are perfect in everything they do, then it's just not very interesting. I want my heart touched by the actions or yearnings of a character. So that's one of the things that I try to do every time I approach somebody, whether it's a skinhead leader or a Roman general or a journalist or whatever I'm playing. You want to find the humanity of that person, because that's really what makes cinema a great experience, is that human experience.
You are famous for preparing your characters. What has been the hardest thing interpreted to Robin on tried?
Keeping the merry men sober. And I failed. No, well, it was a long job, long hours. By the end of it, I was very weary, but it was a really enjoyable job, man. And people sort of talk about the preparation and how difficult it is, and like obviously at the age of 46, it's nowhere near as easy as it used to be when I was a bit younger. The body creaks in the morning and things pop, and I have to do a lot more yoga now than I ever did to try and keep things actually moving. But man, I really enjoy my job, and the more moving parts, the better. The more responsibility, the better. It's fun, and it's fun doing it with Ridley because I know no matter what I come up with in front of the camera, he will capture it because he's watching and he's focused and he's concentrated. And I understand and appreciate the privilege, and if I can get my creaking bones around the track again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.